Welcome, everyone, to That Kind of Nerds Podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined this week by Brian Thornton. Thornton alone. Again, we're mincing. Wow, we're mincing. Again,
We're mincing?
we are missing another member of the Bernstins.
I miss my other half.
So let me explain what happened to Josh. Remember that zombie horse that we were talking about last week, Brian? The one that you talked about the week beforehand?
I do remember
Josh
that
was
zombie
bitten
horse.
by the zombie horse while we were beating the zombie horse.
No!
So-
Did we take the zombie horse to water to drink at least?
Do you lead a zombie horse to water?
Well, you can, but I mean, you also can force it to drink because it's a zombie.
Okay.
It's quite parched.
The good news is we cut off the affected appendage. So Josh will be back
okay.
next week, but
he'll be missing a big toe.
He'll be robotic, but yeah, he'll be fine.
Okay, all right.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
We do better, faster, stronger.
And for those of you who are new, I want to say hello, welcome, buenavenidos.
Hello.
Also, go to intro.thatkindofnerd.com, learn a little bit about us, a little bit about the show, and then you can dive headfirst into this episode.
No, I don't think so. I think you should listen to episode. How about 148?
I don't trust Guy Pearce. Good.
Oh, who doesn't? Yeah,
Good.
okay.
Solid pick.
Watch that episode. Listen to that episode. And imagine yourself watching it. Imagine whatever you think we look like. Whatever you think, just go ahead and imagine that.
Oh,
I'm sure
wow.
I'm more handsome that way.
I was going to say, I'm skinnier. I feel good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since it is a new month, Brian, as we all know, takes some time out of his busy schedule, right? He opens up very large leather-bound books, looks at the calendar, and says, hey, I'm going to make the blockbuster. All right, Brian, take it away. Tell us what's going on in the month of December.
Ooh, December. December is I don't want to say light month because there's a lot of stuff and some of it's really good, but a lot of it's not coming out till like midway through the month.
Yeah, December is stacked at the end, right?
It's all
It's
stacked
an
at the end.
unproportional sandwich.
It is. It is a sandwich where you put all of the cheese and the meat at the bottom.
Sure.
And there's nothing but just bread and wilted lettuce and maybe one tomato on top.
It's gross.
I know, right? It sounds awful.
Enough about sandwiches. Movies.
December 14th, we have a couple different movies coming out. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about the movie we've talked about ad nauseum. We all know we're going to go see it. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yay!
December 14th. Yay! Moving on. Also, that week is Mortal Engines, the new Peter Jackson film with Hugo Weaving. CJ does not want to see it, so guess what?
No!
It's on the Patreon poll.
Damn it, I didn't think of this.
Anywho, I'm excited to see it. I think it looks pretty interesting.
Stupid.
Cities on Wheels. Hugo Weaving's always a good time. I think Josh does not agree with me, so we'll let the voters decide. Also, December 14th, The Mule comes out, starring Clint Eastwood and Bradley Cooper and Michael Pena, about a drug smuggler, hence The Mule, doing one last job.
To be fair, and not just any drug smuggler, Clint Eastwood's the drug smuggler. He's an old man drug smuggler.
Yeah, he's doing one last job to try and, before he kicks it, I guess.
This is to me the movie that Robert Redford should have made. Remember when he was making that movie about being a bank robber one last
The
time?
Old Man and the Gun that I
Right.
heard nothing but amazing things about.
This is what it should have been.
I don't know. I'm interested. Hey, it's Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
And it's Bradley Cooper.
Once I saw Bradley Cooper
like
and
Bradley
Clint Eastwood,
Cooper.
I'm like, oh, okay. I trust them from American Sniper. I'll see this movie.
There you go. And then also December 14th is a movie called Vox Lux, starring Natalie Portman and Jude Law, which looks like the Lady Gaga story, I guess. It looks very like she's an extremely popular pop star, and this is what fame does to a person, and how it kind of like a psychological, kind of mess type of thing.
Here's the thing.
I don't know.
Vox means voice in Latin, and lux means light. So it's either voice of light or light voice or voice, whatever. Listen, this looks interesting. After seeing A Star is Born, I'm more receptive to these types of movies now for some reason. And most of the music in this movie is done by Sia, and she's really good. So I don't think I'll see it opening.
You think it's based or more on Sia?
I think it is based more on Sia than it is Lady Gaga.
Gaga.
I will say this. I will see this movie, but I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. but I will see this movie.
No, I don't think so. I think there's too much coming out towards
That's
the end of December.
It's bookended by some amazing movies.
Yeah, I think this is something I wait till the streams.
Yeah.
The week after, well, not even the week after, 5 days after, December 19th, we have the return of someone who is practically perfect in every way. Her name is Mary Poppins. She is returning. If Josh were here, if my other half of the Burnses were here, you would hear him rejoice with glee over this movie and how excited he is to see this movie.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is also going to be in it, and he's going to rap in it. And
How do you know he's going to rap in it?
They already confirmed he's going to rap in it. He raps.
It's dumb.
There's a few bars. Here's the thing. I'm excited for this movie. I've seen some reviews for the movie come out, and they're just saying, like,
they're good.
The ones I'm seeing are like, listen, it's a fine sequel, but, like, it's not like, oh my god, like, the hype is a little high. Just lower your bar just a little bit. Just
a little bit lower expectations.
Lower it just a little bit, and you'll be very happy with it. Just know that you're coming into a movie where they're asking you to lower your expectations. So that makes me a little nervous, but I'll accept it, and I'll take it because I really want to see this movie.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
All right. Let's just get December 21st.
2 days after that, December 21st, 2 movies come out. Aquaman.
No, I
don't think we need to talk anymore about Aquaman.
No.
We talked a lot about it. We're all gonna go see it.
We're obligated to see
it. Will we enjoy it? Tune in for late December's That Kind of Nerd episode. Same fish time, same fish channel.
Here's the thing. Now, here's the next one. Bumblebee is the same day, and I can't believe this. Every time
I go see Bumblebee,
I really want to see Bumblebee, but I'll see Bumblebee before I see this. It looks so... They're obviously retconning a lot, and clearly just trying to erase anything that had to do with Michael Bay's original couple movies. It looks really good. However, in honor of Josh Burns, just his stark opinion, I think I should express it, that he told us, every time Josh sees a trailer for this movie, he likes it less and less.
That's okay. It's on the Patreon poll, so we'll see.
Oh, all right.
We'll see.
I'm for this movie. I can't believe I'm for a Transformers movie.
I made a conscious effort to put one movie that one of us doesn't want to see on the poll every month.
Right. But
it just so happens the fans always picks the one that you don't want to see.
Yeah, they just like to see me miserable. That's fine.
Which is fine by me.
Yep.
Speaking of movies that I don't want to see, December 25th, Holmes and Watson's comes out.
Yeah, I've got no desire to see this at all.
I have no desire to see this movie at all.
Here's the thing. Controversial statement coming out. It took me like 3 viewings of Step Brothers to kind of like it. I am not a huge fan of Step Brothers. I'm not. I hear Josh yelling at me right now. I'm not a fan.
I'm a fan. It's fine. But it took me a couple of viewings to actually be a fan.
Just like, I don't quote it. I don't recognize when other people quote it, except for there's so much more room for activities and did we become best friends. Other than that, I don't remember the movie. Like I couldn't tell you the plot.
I do remember the scene where he's playing his drum set and then John C. Reilly's like, "Were you playing my drum set?" He's like, "No." And then he's like, "Well, why are you all sweaty?" He's like, "I was watching Cops."
Yeah.
So that's a good scene.
I don't remember that. So I have no desire to see this movie. However, I'm so excited for the next movie that you're about to tell us about.
The next movie comes out December 25th is Vice.
Man.
Starring Dick Cheney and Sam Rockwell and Amy Adams.
Wait a minute.
And a slew Steve Carell.
Did you say starring Dick Cheney?
Did I say it was starring Dick Cheney? I meant starring Christian Bale.
Christian Bale as Dick Cheney.
Who might as well be Dick Cheney. He looks like him.
Here's what I love about this movie so far. First off, the cast list is amazing, right? Steve Carell.
Same guy, Adam McKay, did The Big Short.
Yep.
Already won an Oscar for that.
Good. The thing that they do in the movie for the trailer is they put the name of the actor is. So Christian Bale is Dick Cheney. Sam Rockwell is confused. George Bush. And they are doing a great job. I mean, just this trailer looks amazing. I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah, if you haven't watched this trailer, definitely do. I think this is something, another movie that we're all on board for. Also coming out December 25th is Welcome to Marwen, starring Steve Carell. I have no desire to see this movie.
What?
I have no freaking desire.
God, dude,
it reminds me of a Wes Anderson film.
No.
It so does.
No.
I hate Wes Anderson.
I hate Wes Anderson too. This is nothing like a Wes Anderson movie. Nothing like it. No. Wes Anderson movies have dumb, quirky, like stupid things in there. Like people will wear like a particular color, and that's that character's like scheme, and like this isn't like that at all. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where you're getting that impression from. I think this is great.
The trailers.
To me, I'm thinking Steve Carell gets nominated for this movie. Like, I think this is Steve Carell.
I mean,
may
I wouldn't
win
be
an
surprised.
Oscar
It's
from
not
this
the
movie.
first time his name has been whispered next to nomination and Oscar.
I mean, and he's in Vice.
The guy's a great actor.
Yeah, he's in Vice as well. He may be nominated for 2 movies.
I don't know if he'll be nominated for Vice.
I think so, man. You see him as Donald Rumsfeld? He looks really good.
Yeah, no, I see him.
All right. I say Welcome to Morrowind is a movie that if it's that the one you put on the list?
No,
For you?
I was actually going to put Holmes and Watson on the
Okay.
list for me.
If you are new to the show, we have a Patreon where you can go ahead and support the show. And if you support our $10 tier, we give you access to a Patreon exclusive spoiler cast for a movie. The movie that we see is chosen by you, the Patreon supporters, from this list. Now, Brian, you always, as you said earlier, you pick one movie that one of us doesn't want to see, and you put it on the list and let our patrons vote. So what movies are on the docket for the month of December?
All right, month of December, you have 4 movies to choose from. It's going to be Mortal Engines. It'll be Bumblebee. It'll be Holmes and Watson.
Ugh.
And it will be Welcome to Marwin.
Ooh.
You got 2 that I don't want to see on there. Let's see how much the fans like me. If you like me, you have 2 other movies to choose from. But if you don't, there's a 50% shot I'm seeing a movie that I don't want to see.
All right, listeners. So the power is in your hands. You get to pick from those 4 movies. Again,
I have the power!
go to patreon.com/thatkindofnerd. Join the $10 tier. You get the ability to vote, and then you get the ability to listen to our spoiler cast. We have done The Meg, Skyscraper, Peppermint, A Star is Born, and we had just released our review of Instant Family, since you guys have picked it. So if you subscribe to the $10 tier, you got 5 episodes that no one else does from That Kind of Nerd. So go to patreon.com/thatkindofnerd, get some perks, but also get a new episode. All right. Now that we're done with the blockbuster, let us turn our attention to the world of comics. So this way we can see how it's affecting TV, how it's affecting movies, and also how it's affecting millions of people this week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk!
I don't know how else to say this. The honeymoon between Netflix and Marvel seems to be over. Because they have announced that the widely popular Daredevil series has been canceled on Netflix. This is a month, right, after the premiere of season 3.
It is a month, and I do have to not correct you, but amend the fact that, yes, Daredevil was popular, but it was not as widely popular as you may think. I read an article where the streams or the ratings were still down for season 3.
See, here's the thing.
Not terrible, but still down.
Netflix does not give out his ratings. They guard them so closely. It's like the 11
Yeah, but
Earths
they
and
still
Spices
say,
thing.
oh, they were better or they were worse.
Sure. Just like Apple says, oh yeah, we're selling the iPhone XR more than any phone. You're just like, really? Like for real? Give us numbers. Well, we don't give numbers. So like, you have to take them at their word. Here's the thing. This is a larger...
It seemed like a trustworthy business.
There is a pattern obviously going on with this. So the reason I'm saying the honeymoon is over is because previous Marvel shows like Iron Fist, Luke Cage, The Defenders, it was never supposed to come back. It was just a miniseries. Those 2 shows have been canceled. Daredevil is next. There is another season of Jessica Jones and another season of The Punisher that are right now still in production and are not being canceled, not being disturbed. However,
I got a feeling that after they air, they'll
be gone. And the reason this is happening is, our suggestion is Disney Plus, their streaming service. I don't know if that means that they're going to fold them into that, or if they're going to maybe...
They can't, and they won't. They were very clear that they're not going to have any rated R content on Disney Plus.
I agree.
These shows are absolutely rated R, so you can't just take the old seasons and put them on. You can't continue those shows and change the tone completely.
Well, here's the thing.
What do you do? Or, I think I know what you're about to say, and I'm about to say it for you. Once this Disney-Fox merger goes through, they will own 60% of Hulu.
That's not what I was
And
saying.
Runaways is on Hulu, which is an original show. They could always continue these shows on Hulu if they wanted to, as original programming there. But I don't think they'll put them on Disney Plus at all.
That is not what I think is going to happen. Here's the deal. From what I can tell from everything I've read, these shows are going... Their previous seasons are staying on Netflix. They stay there because they're a Netflix original...
Well, because they're Netflix original show.
Netflix, they negotiated that they own those seasons. I agree with you. They have said that they are not going to put rated R content on Disney Plus. So I am thinking, this is my theory, no facts to back it up. My gut just telling me. I believe they're going to put it onto Disney Plus, not the previous seasons, but they're going to go with a PG-13.
You can't. You can't change the tone of these shows.
Listen,
like that.
I agree with you. I don't think they should do that. But
the reason these shows work is because
I get
of the tone that they have.
I really do.
I think if you do that, you can still get away with putting them on Hulu and say, hey,
I don't think they're going to put them on
everything Marvel's between Hulu and Disney Plus. Everything's on there.
I don't see it. The only other option that they have, which would be the worst out of all of them, is folding them very silently, very slowly, and very quietly into the Marvel movies. And that would be a big misjustice to these characters, because they'll just be mentioned quickly, maybe a quick cameo. They're not getting solo movies. They're not.
The reason these guys work is because they're TV.
Yeah.
I don't see them getting their own movie.
Who knows? I do want to bring something up, though. I found a tweet from Sam Ernest, who is actually one of the writers. I'm sorry, Sam Ernst, who is one of the writers of Daredevil. And he said, man, so weird to be in the Daredevil writing room today. Getting the news that we're canceled. On the walls, we have an entire season 4 laid out, and it was going to be so fucking cool. So many moments we wanted the fans to see. Sigh. This is business.
Well, yeah, they had already pitched season 4 to Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And then they came back and said, no, we're not going to do it.
I firmly believe that this is not Netflix's move. This is clearly Marvel, Disney.
I think if Netflix was seeing the money for it, they would have fought for it. I don't think it's out of Netflix control as you think it is. I think Netflix
has made it clear that if something doesn't work, they can't. I mean, the Joel McHale show, Sense8, a whole bunch of.
I like Joel McHale show.
I liked it.
Anyway, go ahead.
They're very quick to cancel things now. Orange is the New Black. Gone. I mean, House of Cards they wrapped up this season. Obviously, a lot of reasons for that, but they're now showing that if you don't work, you're gone. If the algorithm says no, peace out. Like if we don't get the views, we don't get the listens. Like no dice, we're gone. So yeah. I can understand maybe saying, hey, Netflix just didn't see it. Here's the thing: we will never know. I mean, we'll never know why these shows are canceled, and if they show up somewhere,
maybe one day.
If they show up somewhere else, we'll know. So I'm very sad to see this. I will say this though: if you were like, oh, I was gonna start watching Daredevil, or I just started Jessica Jones, watch these shows. Like, watch them; they're good shows. Maybe not Iron Fist, but watch these shows, and I think you will enjoy them. But I mean, that just stinks. I really enjoyed Daredevil season 3. I went through it pretty quickly.
So good. I was so looking forward to where they were going to go in season 4.
And it was the ship that launched that whole Marvel Netflix boat. So that's not true. It's the ship that launched the whole.
Yeah, because ships launch boats all the time. I don't know if you know.
I don't know if you know that. That's how that works.
But I mean, I'm pushing a boat into the ocean with my ship right now. In fact,
it's like a tugboat. That's what it was. It was like a tugboat.
It's like a tug, but the boat's not launching the ship. The ship is launching the boat. Is it a tug ship?
It's a tug ship.
So I'm shipping the boat with my tug ship.
You got it, 100%.
All right, yeah. I mean, I do that all the time. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever been to Cape May? That's where I do that.
So listen, obviously, Daredevil was the show that started the whole Netflix Marvel series. So it's sad to see it go. Can't wait to see Punisher, and then it's canceled. Can't wait to see Jessica Jones, and then it's canceled. So we shall see.
I think you're going to see the shit. I think you're going to see it show up on Hulu. I'm just saying.
We'll see. I want to talk about something very unexpected to me that I think we just as nerds should address. When we saw Spider-Man show up in a Marvel movie, we figured that Sony and Marvel were maybe starting to get along. That Sony had learned its lesson that maybe they're not that good at the Spider-Man movies, and they kind of need help from Marvel to really kind of make them work.
Yeah.
So then they got a little cocky, right? And they did Venom, and we saw Venom, and we were like, I didn't hate it as much as I wanted to, but I also didn't like it. Like it was movie. It was fine, and the problem is it has been growing and growing in revenue.
It's been making
especially
a ton
overseas.
Of money overseas. Overseas has been killing it.
It has been overperforming overseas. Here it is. It is $823 million worldwide right now, and counting, which means it's growing. That is a huge return for this movie. So much so that this may have given Sony back some bargaining chips and some cojones, really, for their idea for their Spider-Verse. As I've been saying from the get-go, looking at Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is coming out later this month, I said, let Sony run wild with animated Spider-Man. Do whatever you want to do with this. I'm so into this movie. Go for it. But I was like, but give the live action stuff back to Marvel. And they've shelved a few things in their Spider-Man universe. They've shelved a few villain movies. And I think that the success that they've seen with Venom is giving them the courage to start it up again. So I'm curious what you think.
It's not just that. It's also the fact that, I don't know about you, but I'm seeing articles and early reviews for Into the Spider-Verse, and they're talking Oscar.
Oh, they're saying this is going to beat the shit out of anything Pixar has put out this year.
They're talking this needs to get Best Animated Film Oscar.
I have heard the exact same
thing. And that would be
huge. And that's what I'm saying. They have figured, again, I've been saying from the start, give them the animated stuff and let them run. But Venom,
I think it looks great.
But Venom getting that $800 million, that's what's saying.
I really wanted, I'm not going to lie, I kind of wanted Venom to fail.
Right, just like we want all Fantastic Four movies from Fox to fail.
Well, it doesn't even matter.
Right. But like it was, but at the time,
that's fixed.
It's fixed now, but it wasn't. And when it wasn't fixed, we wanted it to bomb.
Ugh,
so here's my question. Here's my question to you, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Knowing what success they've had now with Venom, knowing that it's outgrossed even Spider-Man 2, how do you feel about the fact that
it has not outgrossed Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, Spider-Man in its time in theaters, it grossed $709 million.
It won't. Okay, it won't outgross it overall, but okay.
Continue. Right, yeah, overall. But I'm saying when it was.
I just need you to clarify. We're talking about in the time span that it's been released.
Correct. Yes.
Not overall.
Right.
Okay. Great.
So knowing now that Sony may be a little more confident to go back to the bargaining table with Marvel, and knowing that they've had a huge success with Venom, especially overseas, do you see Sony expanding their Spider-Verse, or do you see them maybe again going back to Marvel and asking for more collaborations? What do you think?
No, I totally see them expanding. They have 2 more Spider-Man movies in their deal with Marvel, and that's it. So if Marvel wants to continue using Tom Holland's Spider-Man in their movies after the third solo Spider-Man movie comes out, they're going to have to play ball with Sony, and I see Sony having some cojones to say, you got to play ball with us type of thing. Like, maybe Sony starts putting... I don't know, maybe Sony starts putting Spider-Man in their movies like Venom and stuff like that, which I'd kind of be okay with.
That's my
as long as it's done correctly.
Is they're gonna start saying, hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but Spider-Man's on loan, right? Like, we're loaning Spider-Man to you. We may start using him, and he may not be available for your movies because he's in one of ours.
Right,
and that will affect the larger Marvel universe. And listen, if you're not super nerdy, I realize that this is like the most nerdy thing you could possibly hear.
Oh, that's not true. I talked about the Batman movies and the history of the Tim Burton Batman movies for 20 minutes this morning.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Listen, for you non movie nerds who don't care about this, but thanks for sticking with it. We appreciate it. Well, now that we're done with the world of comics, let us turn our attention to the world of movies and TV in a segment that we call Screen to Stream. Now, I want to start off with this. If you have not seen the movie Happy Death Day, you obviously haven't listened to our advice to go see this movie. It's so good. It is like Groundhog's Day meets Scream. That's a good way to describe it. I am a person who hates Scream. I hate slasher films. I hate those horror.
Scream.
I hate it.
Scream is one of the few slasher flicks I actually enjoy.
I hate all of it. I do. I hate them all. Happy Death Day is the exception to that. I absolutely love it. Now, there was a trailer released finally to the internet, to the broader audience, for Happy Death Day.
I saw this
to you
a month and a half ago.
I want to put a warning.
I wanted to show it so bad.
I want to put a warning out. If you haven't seen Happy Death Day 1 and you want to see it, don't watch this trailer, because it spoils the movie. Now,
but if you saw Halloween, you got screwed. Sorry.
So the trailer is now finally available to the general public. I have to say, I am so excited for this. I have also no idea why they waited like 2 months to share this trailer with the world.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. I'm so in. Keep making these movies until I die. Just keep making. After I die, stop. Shut down production. No more needed. But until I die, I want one every month. I just every year, maybe then just crank one out. I'm happy with this franchise going on forever.
As long as she doesn't keep reliving the same day.
I didn't say right.
Although the concept of this, that it's been like a year since the original movie, and then she has to relive the same day in 2018 again.
Right.
I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but they're changing up the fact, like but now like more people are involved with this.
More people are involved. I think more people are going to be experiencing it, like kind of like the way Final Destination worked.
Yes.
And I'm okay with it. Here's the thing about the Happy Death Day. The concept is great. The girl is so freaking great. I actually just watched this movie 2 nights ago.
It's so good.
She is so likable.
Yeah.
She does this thing where she kind of like says some sort of sarcastic joke or anything, and you're like, oh, it's kind of cute. She's funny. And then she like goes right from there to like, I like freaking out or screaming or shooting somebody or whatever. Like she flips her emotions.
Here's how I describe her. Here's how I'll describe her. She is like Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively together in one person.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Right? Looks like Blake Lively, acts like Anna Kendrick at times, but then also has the sass of Blake Lively again. It's
totally makes sense.
I seriously cannot recommend this movie. And usually if I recommend something, people are like, oh, well, it's pretty stupid. I mean, Brian, I think, is really into this. I don't know about Josh, but I know you're really into this.
Brian, Josh loves this movie.
Great.
I'm very into
that kind of nerd seal of approval. Make it happen. All right. I want to talk about another trailer that came out. So, listen, I don't mean to make this episode all about trailers, but there's one more I did want to bring up. And I saw this trailer when I went and saw Bohemian Rhapsody. And after watching it, I was like, I really, really want to see this movie. And it's the WWE produced Fighting With My Family trailer. It's actually coming out the same day as Happy Death Day to You. It stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Right. And then I don't know if this is a relatively known actress or what, but it's a story about a brother and sister who grow up in a wrestling family. Right. They love wrestling. I think their dad used to be a wrestler, and they dream of being in the WWE. And they get to go on audition, and it ends up that they choose the girl, not the brother. And it just seems to be a really good family story. The Rock shows up and does the typical, what's your names? Oh, my name is, it doesn't matter what your name is. He goes into full, like, jabroni The Rock mode. It's so interesting. Now, here's the reason why this movie is going to be good versus the other WWE produced movies, which also includes one where Halle Berry was a 911 operator. I don't understand how that works.
Yeah, isn't that Kidnap?
I guess so, but it's a WWE movie. I don't get it. The reason that this movie is going to be good versus all the other WWE movies, it is written and directed by Stephen Merchant. If you don't know who that is, he is like Ricky Gervais's partner in crime, helped co-create The Office, the original Office, and then helped adapt it for American television. And overall, super amazing, funny British guy. So he is both in the movie, he is directing the movie, and he is writing the movie. I am so down for this movie, and I don't like wrestling. Like the last time I ever watched wrestling was like in the early 2000s, where I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin in an exhibition match. That's it. Like, I'm so down for this movie.
I mean, it's not that I'm not in; it's that I'm not like running out to the theater to see it. I'll go see Happy Death Day to You twice before I see this movie.
I have a feeling that my wife and I are going to see this like same day. Like, we're going to go see Happy Death Day to You, and then we're going to go see Fighting With My Family. I don't know why. This movie just speaks to me, which makes no sense.
Okay, I mean, you do you. I mean, it looked enjoyable. I love The Rock too.
Something about
I'll
it.
Eventually see it.
I think it's going to be real inspirational.
My love for The Rock didn't make me go run out to see Rampage in the theater, so I probably won't run out to see this in the theater.
I'll say this. Actually, the selling point to me for this movie was not The Rock. It was the actress that's playing the main character. And I'm so sorry I'm not mentioning your name or looking it up right now. Florence Pugh, right? She's playing the character Rhea Knight, who's apparently based off a real wrestler named Paige.
That's what I believe.
Paige, listen, I can't tell
We're
you.
talking so much about some sort of activity that seems like a sport. I'm just very.
So let me also tell you the other people that are in this movie that may help sell you on it. Obviously, Nick Frost. If you don't know him, think of Shaun of the Dead, and basically almost every other Edgar Wright movie I can think of right now besides Baby Driver. Dwayne Johnson, Vince Vaughn as like the coach and trainer for the incoming wrestlers in the WWE. I don't know, man. I really wish I could tell you, but the first trailer I saw for this was stupid. The second trailer just came out today. Not today, the other week. Just hit it home for me. I'm all about it. I wish I could tell you why, but I'm down for it. Check out the trailer. I'm curious to hear what you think, listener. Watch the trailer. Tell me if I'm just completely overreacting for some weird reason, or if something about this movie looks good. I want to hear from you. Go watch this trailer, then hit us up on Facebook or Twitter. Tell me what you feel about it.
And tell me if you like cookies. If so, what kind? I'm all about cookie talk.
Can you do oatmeal without the raisins?
Ugh, oatmeal in general. What's wrong with you?
I love oatmeal cookies.
Oh, I hate you so much right now.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some movie news now that we're done with trailers here. The other part is...
Aren't trailers in by definition movie news?
Let's talk some real news, though. Trailers aren't really news. So... we got a little bit of news. So, with the success of Creed 2, which, by the way, another great movie. I
didn't see it yet.
Oh, it was really good.
Don't you freaking ruin it for me.
I won't. I won't dare. But Sylvester Stallone made a very emotional video that he posted online saying that he is officially retiring from Rocky, that he is done with that character, and he is ready to hand off the franchise, the series, the stories to Michael B. Jordan's character, Creed. Rocky Balboa is done. That's an 8 run. It's 8 movies for this character. 8 movies.
8 movie run. That's what you meant to say.
Yeah, thank you. Helps if I can speak English.
8 movie run over 42 years.
Yeah, perfectly. Like, bravo, dude.
Yeah.
Good job with it. We were initially a little worried about Sly writing and having a little more input into Creed 2 after Ryan Coogler did such an amazing job with Creed 1. But I was wrong. Everything about it was
good to know. I haven't seen it yet.
Was damn good. But
I'm very sad to see him go. But I need to go see Creed 2.
End of an era. And I was talking to my buddy Rob, and he's like, I haven't seen all the Rocky movies actually. And then I want to remind you again, as we talked about last week, they're available all for free on YouTube. Just you got a bunch of ads here or there. So if you haven't seen all the Rocky movies, go watch them. Creed is not on there. Not the Creed movies. The Rocky movies are on there. So
there you go.
Check it out. And Sly, good job, man. 8 movies. It's pretty freaking badass. And let's not forget, least we forget, he's still working on the Rambo movie. That's in production right now.
Rambo 5?
I don't know what Rambo it will be.
I think it would be Rambo 5.
Rambo Geriatric Home. That's what this is. It's going to be, it's going to be old.
Whatever.
All right, so speaking of watching beloved movies and shows for free, if you are a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and Firefly, I have attention of a lot of Joss Whedon fans right now.
The Whedonverse.
I'm about to really kind of make you happy and then a little sad, so I'm very sorry for the bait and switch on this one. They are all now streaming every single episode for free. That's the happy news. Here's the bad news on Facebook. You have to use Facebook Watch in order to watch these movies.
Wait, so Facebook has a completely separate app to watch it with?
It's not a separate app. It's like an app within the Facebook app. Like it's a inceptioned in there. Like a sandwich?
Like Facebook Messenger, which shows up as a separate app on my phone?
But that's a separate app. But Facebook Watch does not. It's a service within the core app.
Okay.
Except for what it is. I mean, the only plus side to the fact that it's on Facebook is that if you want to have a watch party and watch it with friends, you can. Like, if you want to watch, if you're in a long distance relationship or got a friend who lives out of state but is really into Joss Whedon and hasn't seen Firefly or loves Firefly and you want to watch it for the 9th time, you can do it together. I don't know. There's not a lot of positives to this.
Yeah, there's really no actual
except for
usage.
Free. Well, I mean, you can watch it by yourself, but you can also it's free TV.
No, I'm not. I'm never going to use Facebook to watch shit ever.
There's only one Facebook show I really like. It's called I Want My Phone Back. It used to be a College Humor show, and now it's on Facebook. It's good. The only thing I'll recommend.
I'm never going to watch an actual thing on Facebook.
What about one day if
I
we
don't
start
even
doing stuff?
I don't know if you've noticed, fans who try to interact with me on Facebook. I don't use Facebook.
I don't know if fans have noticed ever, if you ever interact with us on any social media, it's me doing that work. It's
Josh does a lot too.
He's not usually commenting as that kind of nerd.
You know what usually happens? Someone says, "Hey Brian, what do you think of this?" CJ then texts me the question, to which I answer to him via text, and then he copies my answer and puts it on the Facebook.
Yep.
That's how that happens. That's how little I use Facebook.
So
this is dumb.
Yeah, I agree. But hey, someone somewhere hasn't seen Firefly, and I
feel very sorry for them, and they can more than happy to come over to my house and we'll watch it.
And when you're done watching it, you're going to need help. You're going to need some therapy to talk to us. Then you can reach out and we'll explain Firefly to you.
What I've been wanting to rewatch Buffy for a while, but it's not on any streaming service. I'm not going to watch it on Facebook. You know what I'm going to do? I'll buy the entire series on Amazon before I watch it on freaking Facebook.
All right. Well, as we know, it is my favorite hobby to go around the internet, find the weird, find the obscure, and then I ask Brian for a tech perspective. All right, think I'm in the clear. Universal Studios has confirmed construction has begun for the Super Nintendo theme park. This is the theme for tech perspective, and then he does and then he'll do and then and as tech perspective. Universal Studios has confirmed that construction for the Super Nintendo theme park has begun.
Yes.
These theme parks are happening simultaneously, from what I can understand.
Have you seen the map?
I have. I want to talk about the map in just a moment. These theme parks are being built both in Japan and in Hollywood?
I believe it's starting off in Hollywood.
Hollywood and Japan. Yep, there it is.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think it's coming to Orlando because Hollywood doesn't have Islands of Adventure right now. So this is kind of like their Islands of Adventure, I guess.
Their big thing. Basically, it's kind of like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter parks. They get a huge chunk of the Universal parks, but
yeah.
So Brian alluded to an image, a map of said worlds. Now, I do just want to say one thing. I have not been able to verify that this is an official image by Nintendo.
Oh, really?
It looks like
Universal?
Or Universal. This may be fan-made. I can't vouch for its validity, yay or nay.
I've seen it on a couple different websites.
Me
I don't
too,
know if
but
it's fan-made.
But I mean, because it looks pretty, it doesn't have the highest quality. Not saying that it's bad, it's just, it looks a little off. Like, it doesn't look polished. So I'm curious what you think about this.
I'm all for a Super Nintendo land where I get to ride rides and hang out with Mario and play go-karts with him and for realsies. Yes, I'm all for it. This map, yes, gimme. I'm imagining Donkey Kong log flume ride. I'm imagining a Wario's Gold Mine like kart roller coaster. I'm imagining being able to go into the Pokemon Stadium and battle Pokemon. This is going to be awesome. I'm excited. If all of this is real, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
here's my question: the validity of this map. This really looks like a skinned version of a Disney map.
Sure,
like, it looks really like someone just replaced the Cinderella's castle in the middle with Peach's castle. Someone took away Space Mountain and made it the Smash Coliseum. Someone made Tomorrowland and made it Super Mario Galaxy, McClouds, and Metroid. Like, I just see this as a very skin. Listen, I'm intrigued. Color me intrigued. I will wait for all the focus groups to go through it.
What color is intrigued?
By the way, a shade of mauve.
Mauve, okay.
Mauve. Or if you're colorblind, seafoam.
Interesting.
I don't understand why they do that, but that's what they do. Listen, this is pretty cool. Eventually, this will make its way to Universal Studios in Orlando. I don't know where. Maybe they replace the Marvel stuff with some of this. I don't know what they do.
I'm thinking maybe they
speculating.
They gut Islands of Adventure and maybe move some of that stuff.
So, Brian, looking at this map, I have to ask you one question: which is the one that you're the most excited for?
Hyrule.
Me too. I'm excited for Hyrule. The second one that I'm excited for is Pokemon Kanto.
Yeah,
and the reason I'm excited for it is because I want to battle. I want to battle my Pokemon. Right?
That would be cool. Hey, I gotta tell you, if there's not a shit ton of Pokemon Go Pokemon in the Pokemon area in Nintendo Land, I don't know what we're doing here, people.
Well, Brian, I'm glad you brought that up because Niantic has made a tease for the longest awaited feature in Pokemon Go. Apparently, it's coming really soon. Player versus player battles.
Oh, you mean what I've been waiting for 2 years?
For since day one? Like what they advertised in day one?
I started playing again so I could level up just so I could trade shit.
Yeah. So it's about time. And I want that to be part of the Niantic. I want that to be part of the Pokemon section of... I'm very curious to hear what you think about this park, this idea, this layout. Curious to hear what you think about it. Also, do you think this is the real picture? I'm just curious. No one can confirm it. So just very curious to hear what you think. And listeners, speaking of hearing about what do you think, it is time for our question of the week. I want to thank all the people. Oh, thank you. I want to thank all the people who replied for this question of the week. So I want to start with reading some of the fan comments. But first, the question: what movie this year did you hope to love, but ended up being disappointed by? So we're going to start with Laura Burns, who gave an answer that became quite popular, actually, which is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Ellen Paul, by the way, congratulations on your nuptials, Ellen, said same thing, ditto, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yay, Ellen.
Yay. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Or Grindelwald? I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Grindelwald, yeah. On Instagram, we got G Rex the bassist. Said Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which was number 2 on my list. And Darnell Lewis said, I can't say much for movies because I've moved like 3 times in 6 months. Which, by the way, Darnell, like, stop moving. Like, stay in one place. Now, I hope you're settled now. I hope you bought some IKEA furniture. Brian just put together a desk today, so I hope...
It's very exciting. I'm using it right now.
I hope you're done movies. But TV shows are another matter, he says. So right now, I would say the current season of Flash and Supergirl. Just terrible, in my opinion. Flash is just all over the place with everything, and the multiple storylines are just convoluted.
Darnell, we have some explaining to do. You are wrong, sir.
Don't say that. This
is my friend. I can tell him he's wrong.
Okay. So Darnell, I will say this, man. Now that you're settled, because I asked him, hey, stop moving. He goes, hey, I moved. I can settle down now. Go see some movies, man. Come back and tell us what movies are really let you down. But Brian, I want to turn to you. What movie did you expect to love this year, but ended up being disappointed by?
Solo.
Ugh.
Solo, a Star Wars story. So much so that like I completely forgot it came out this year. Like that's I'm not even joking. That's the issue with this movie is that it's so forgettable. And I really wanted to love that movie. So it's definitely Solo.
For me, it was the movie Red Sparrow. And I wrestled with this for a little bit and even asked my wife the same question. And she said, oh, Red Sparrow. Just like, so we were both in sync for that. I really wanted it to be a femme fatale, just really good assassin movie with a really good story, really good twists and turns. And while it had some of that, it just was a big just disappointment. It could have been so much more, just didn't live up to its potential. Has a 47% on the Rotten Tomatoes, by the way. And yeah, it's just.
I've seen it. I've seen it. I wasn't incredibly impressed with it either.
Me neither. Really wanted more for it. So, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom was also on the list for me too. But here's the thing: the reason that and Solo didn't win was I just lowered the bar. I went in real low, and I was like, oh, I'm still disappointed. So, but Red Sparrow, man, really hurt. Really hurt me.
Cut me deep, bruh.
All right, dear listener, I want to thank you so much for listening to the show, but I have something to ask you now. We have given you free entertainment. Now give us something back. How about you share this episode with friends, family, on Facebook, social media, total strangers, I don't care. Share it with somebody because sharing is the ultimate internet currency, and we thank you for your donation. Also, if you would like to hear our spoiler cast for Instant Family, as well as our back catalog like The Meg, Peppermint, Skyscraper, and Star is Born, go to patreon.com/thatkindofnerd, join our $10 tier, and you will have access to those 5 movies today. So thank you so much for making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work, and hopefully all 3 of us will be back next week.
Well, welcome to the club because you are that kind of nerd.
I lost like 80 pounds in people's imagination.
I have a full head of hair.
Holy hell. That's exciting.
I'm not bald.
You have a glorious mullet too.
And a mustache.
Fantastic. I finally got that Viking beard I've been wanting.
See, now the listeners think I'm bald and I don't have a mustache.
I know.
I'm just hairless, essentially.
Well, I mean,
like a naked mole rat, but I'm not. But now they don't know. Is that what CJ really looks like? And now someone's Googling one person, CJ Mellon, and then they're seeing that terrible picture of me from college, and I'm so sorry.
Are you sure Are you sure you're the only CJ Mellon that pops up?
Oh, sir, I own CJMellon.com. I am the only CJ Mellon that pops up when you Google me. Is
That's
it a little sad that I know that? Like I'm narcissistically.
Yeah, you've Googled yourself. Clearly.
I'm
clearly.
If you go to the image results for CJ Mellon, there are other people. However, 3 of me on the search, 4 of me on the search result. So 5.
Oh, you're all over the Google search.
I am dominating that fucker. Anyway, take that, rich Mellon family who I beat in Google searches.
Yeah, you take those victories where they come, CJ.
I will.
I'm parched. Do you see how much water I'm drinking?
You know what you should drink? Seltzer. It's very refreshing.
Seltzer.
Very refreshing. Oh my god. I drank almost half of this because I'm just so verklempt.
You're verklempt? What are you verklempt over?
How many movies are coming out in the month of December?